Hello YouTubers, here I am again. Now, I've done this film before and I figured what the hell, let's do it again. As I mentioned April Fool's Day the other day, I thought I'd do one that was similar, that being Salter High. Now, as I was told you this on April Fool's Day, originally Salter High was going to be called April Fool's Day. If you want to see one more into depth, just watch my original one, because in this one I'm just going to do the basics of the film. Now, Salter High was basically a lad getting picked on, getting bullied on, and so on. You do get a bit of music, which I've got to be honest, gets a bit irritating. After a bit, gets a bit tatsy, and I'm not going to sing the song. You got a lad, like I say, and he's got a trust in this girl. You can tell the girl is basically just teasing him for laughs. She plans a nasty April Fool's trick on him, which funny enough is the same time of his birthday. And the dickie's heading toward it, and they basically humiliate him. And you feel sorry for this lad. You feel sorry for him. The lad, by the way, is called Martin. There's a bit of history about this film, and not only was the film going to be called April Fools, the lad himself, who played Martin, there's a sad bit of story here. Before the film actually aired on theatrical release, the lad actually committed suicide. He took his own life, which I think is pretty damn sad. It's sad really. You know, he had problems in real life and he couldn't deal with that, so you know, he took his own life. Bit of banging downstairs, but soon be tired. And so yeah, the film's better than that, and the buy to pay another prank on the lad, and it all goes wand, and putting it nicely, he gets burnt, or not putting it nicely, he gets burnt on one side of his face. Now, the same director and producer that given us the original Friday the 13th decided to do this. And to be honest, there's a few bits here and there where it does a copy Friday the 13th. There's a bit in it where they're trying to play a prank and you've got the Jason Voorhees mask on and you get a bit of shh, shh, ha, ha, you know, the music from the films. So as I was saying, the lad gets badly burned and it's a couple of days later. Now, you could buy these being teenagers. You could buy me being 16, and I'm not 16. So there, they get in a fight. They go back to the old stool, you know, like a reunion. Little do they know, they go in, and this is laughable. What people are going to rape? They go back into a stool, what is shut down, and so on, and break in. If it's shut, you just call it a day. These don't. They go in because they're idiots. And it always styles me, how the hell can you have left it in a shut down building? But you have left it, you've got light on and everything, right? And you see they've got everything there, they've got cakes, they've got beer, they've got everything. So one lad chinks a can of beer, brilliant death scene, his ducks go explode everywhere, landed some poor girl's face. They've got a few good imaginary deaths in it. The girl had blood on her face, he goes and has a bath, and the bath turns into acid. You heard that saying, an acid bath. Definitely does turn into an acid bath. Does do some death. So the food does do some deaths in it. There's a bit in it where two people are doing it and the bed turns into an electric bed, turns them both into a fence fly. So the food does deaths in it. Now, there's one girl in it and you think, I've seen her before. I've seen her before. Think of, she's been in a few things actually. Think of The Spy Who Loves Me. She's been in a few of the Hammer Houses and so on. That attractive looking lady. And she's the one who Martin fancies. You know what I mean? So you get a few good do some deaths. And if you ever remember the old video with a tester mast on, that's the one. That's like a tester mast, like a Joker's mast. You know, it's your typical slasher film. He's killing them in really good creative deaths. And as it said in the trailer, Martin gets 10 out of 10. Yeah, he's a bit nerdy and he's a bit darky and so on, but he didn't deserve to be picked on. He didn't deserve to be humiliated. It tries to be a bit comedy, but also a bit mean-spirited. But if you're going into it for blood and gore, you're definitely going to get it. So he kills them off one by one. He's chasing the dude, like I said, been in a few films. But when you think about it, she dies by stupidity. She dies by stupidity. Think about it, right? Now, if I was to do, right, and I knock a guy down by a spear, I don't throw the spear on the floor next to the killer when I've only knocked him out. She does. Then she's running away. The killer's got a spade in his hand. She manages to get the better of him again, knocks him out the window, knocks him on his arse. What does she do? She throws the bloody spade at him again. So the killer's got the spade, he's chasing her, and she hides. But the killer finds her, takes the tester mask off. That's when you see the defeament, it's Martin. Not that we didn't know that already. He's got a bad burn on one side of his face. He stabs her with the spear, and you think it's end of movie. But this is the bit where it sort of has a funny ending. That's like 3 endings when you think about it. Because all the ones who he killed come back as ghosts, attack him, and you think he's dead. Then you've got another ending where it turned out to be a nightmare, and it's Martin. He's still in hospital. And this guy goes to see if he's okay, and he rams an eagle in the doctor's eye, rips his face off. End of movie, that annoying song again. And yeah, it was done the same there this April Fool's Day, that being sort of high. And what can I say? It was a good one. The bits in there I think they were stupid, like going into a stool, the door throwing the guy the weapon. She might have just killed herself. But oh no, it's not a bad film. If you're going into it for blood and gore, you're definitely going to get it in buckets. It's definitely gruesome, and it's definitely fire. It definitely doesn't hold back on being fire. Like I say, there's bits here and there where they're trying to make it into a figging comedy, but I kind of like that. I like the idea that it was the same director what doing as Friday the 13th. I mean, there's one definite where he pushes a woman's head in mud. The bit, like I say, a guy's ducts explode on another poor dude's face. There's a bit where a guy gets his ducts ripped out. You know, I've just said all the death scenes. So Martin definitely gets 10 out of 10. It does have sad history, like I said. The actor committed suicide in real life. You know, in real life, the actor was often suffering depression, and you know, he took his life, and it's sad. But that was sort of high back in 1986. It was a good one. I remember renting it back in the days of video, and on video, I admit the film definitely cheaped me out. It did something to me. But at the same time, it was that era when you had a lot of slasher films. You know, you had blood, you had guts, you had all sorts. So you know, I saw blood and gore before, though. You know, but it's one I like. I mean, I've got that. I've got the video rip on a DVD. Now I do know you can get a Blu-ray one, but I don't know. I like it as it is, you know, it has a charm to it, you know, that old video quality. That's a charm to it, so I like it how it is, even though that sounds weird, you know, memory lane and all that. But I like it, I like sort of highs. I mean, the bits where they're stupid, breaking into a stool, and the door throwing Martin, the weapon, Tice. There's bits where the characters are annoying, and do I say to the deserve to die? Well, when you think about it, they were bullies. They mutilated Martin. Yeah, I know, nobody deserves to die, but in reality, it's only a movie. But at the end of the day, they were bullies. They mutilated him for laughs. They made fun of him. Yeah, the lad was a nerder, but nevertheless, nobody deserves to be mutilated. In real life, nobody deserves to be bullied. And so, you know, the way a character you like, you got one who's fucking annoying. You know, he says, "Call me, you call me," and you know what I mean. He gets. Well, actually, he doesn't really get killed by the killer. What happens is the killer gets him, and you think he's going to get hung, but he manages to get out of that. He runs across, the dude who got killed, hits him on the head with an axe, and he falls down dead. So when you think about it, the dude killed him by accident. But that's sort of high, back in 1986. Not a bad film, but if you just want it for blood and gore, you're going to get it in buckets. So for that, I'll give it a 2.5. Into then. I'll see you soon to do some more movie reviews. Be smart, be safe, and I'll see you soon.